Hey guys, welcome to another episode of BeanTown Boxing Banter and Bullshit. Myself and AJ Rivera bringing you boxing every week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Uh, Giving the spotlight to the guys who really deserve it. Tonight we got a special one. My man, Anuel, the Tsunami Rosa, put up a good showing on Webster. I believe that made him 4-0. We're going to talk to him tonight, see where his path is taking him, and it's probably to big places because he's on Team Rosa, man. My man, Coach Luis Rosa, he was on a few weeks ago with us. I'm sure he'll be back if he's not in attendance tonight. But, man, looking forward to a good one. As always, guys, we want to thank our sponsors, Emily's Interiors, Remodel Works by my friend Joe Cupsis out in Shrewsbury. Also, we want to thank Platt's Landscaping, Sharon's Boxing, and the Rivera family. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Let's get it on. Guys, here we are. As I just mentioned previously, another episode of BeanTown Boxing Banter and Bullshit. We got a great one for you tonight. My man, Anuel Rosa here. I seen him for my first time. We were just discussing out in Webster. My man was throwing bombs out there. I can't wait to see him again. That was a great fight. The weigh-in was animated. So before we even start, because I know you guys are going to roll, right? Oh, who was that madman in the balcony yelling for you? That guy has to be the best fan I've ever seen in my entire life. I almost felt like he was ready to come down and jump in that ring with you, man.
But that's what he said he wanted to do. That's my boy, Jose. Man, that's my boy. It's one of my day one peoples. Those all my peoples up there. They're gonna be in every fight I'm at, so they're gonna be there, hype like that every time.
You had an entire section, and that guy was still. It was phenomenal. I took the video that's on my page, and I kept shooting up to him like, well, when you guys are going back to your corners, he was going bananas. I love it. I love it. If you're in your early in your career, if you're this early in your career and you already got people like that with you, man, I mean, the sky's the limit, and I'm looking forward to it, man. So thank you for coming on. I'm going to turn it over to my man, AJ. Man,
Yo.
This afro gets better every single week, man. Yeah. And we're going to start measuring
like I was like wishing that, like, I'm like, damn, I should have made my appointment to get my shit braided before the podcast. Last week we were braided. This week we on the Don King wave.
You never know. We got to keep the people, quiet, keep them on their toes. That's what's up. So,
but so, what up, Anuel? How's training going? How's training camp? What you been up to since your last fight?
And man, I've been sticking to the gym. But before anything, I want to let me shout out, man. It's the Tsunami and Rosa for me. Shout out to AJ having me on the next card, April 30th. And man, shout out to my sponsor, Speak Money, Titus. Hit him up on Instagram, Darkskin Bobby 203. And shout out to my coach, my team. We getting ready, man. My last performance, I know y'all loved it. I gave myself like a C+ for me. It was come back from my layoff, but this one's gonna be different. This one's gonna be real.
Come back from your layoff, but 4 weight classes above yours. So I mean, shit, that says something. You gave yourself a C+. Not only did you have the ring rust, but you were 35, 40, 47, 54, 3 weight classes above yours.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys don't even want to go 1 weight class above theirs. You were 3 weight classes above yours. So, I mean, I feel you where you say C+, because I know you're capable of more, but I got to go at least a B- because 3 weight classes above yours, like, shit.
How long was the layoff?
2 years.
2.5 years.
Oh, wow, man. Wow. I didn't know that either. That makes that even more impressive, man. You were throwing bombs.
Yeah, so not only did he have the long layoff, a short training camp, and was 3 weight classes above his. He's a lightweight. He's a 135-pound fighter.
Correct. It's the week.
Do we have an opponent for April 30th?
I'm working on. I got right now about 3 guys that have by word accepted Anuel, but I'm waiting on medicals and contracts before I like to make a guy official, I have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C, because I know in the sport of boxing, when I'm matchmaking, like, man, I can have this plan A for a whole month, and then all of a sudden the second month come around, he's sick, or he got offered more money in another card, whatever the case may be, or he didn't get his medicals in time. Now I gotta go plan B. So instead of being caught by surprise, for all my guys, I have at least 3 guys that I'm kind of circling with. And I tell guys straight up, hey, whoever sends me the medicals first, whoever sends me the contract first, will get the fight. Because I'm not here to play games with a lot of fighters. What they'll do is they'll hold on to my contract and they'll wait until they get an offer from another promoter or whatever. And if they don't get if they don't get an offer, they'll finally send me my contract back. No, I'm not playing that. I learned from my first couple shows. I'm not playing that game with you. You snooze, you lose. Because a couple guys, right? Actually, on my last show, I've been talking to this dude for like 3 months. Had my contract. Maybe like 2 weeks before the fight, he tried to send me back the contract. I'm like, bro, you ain't fighting. What you mean? I've been replaced you, homie. What, you thought I knew what you was doing. He was like, oh, well, I've been dicked around by other promoters before. Nah. Fuck you and those other promoters. You're not fighting. That's what it comes down to. Now you just lost out on bread because you try to be a snake.
Correct.
But so I got about 3 guys for Anuel. Either way, you're gonna see the same Anuel dude that comes to put in the hurt business. Like, shit. Matter of fact, I think what really like shocked me. Now, granted, Derek had the flu, right? But you remember when we had Derek on the podcast? So the guy that he fought with the flu, Roger Blankenship, he fought him at like 154 pounds. It was a good competitive fight. Derek won clear, but it went all 4 rounds. So that dude also said he could drop down to 135. So I was like, all right, cool. And I put him against Anuel for Anuel's pro debut. I think Anuel took him out in the first round. And that's when I was like, yo, are you for real, right? Like, I did not think that was going to happen. I'm like, this guy just went 4 rounds with Derek at 154. I'm like, this fight will go to the decision, because Connecticut Commission is strict. Like, that was by far the hardest show I ever had to matchmake. Like, Massachusetts is strict with certain things, but for the most part, they'll let me, like, make certain fights. Connecticut, though, like, you could be 2-0 and the other guy could be 2-0, but he'll go as far as looking at the other guy's amateur record, and he'll be like, nah. I'm like, what? They're both 2-0. Like, in any other commission that gets approved, and he's like, nah. So, I thought it was going to be a good competitive. Even the commissioner thought it would be a good competitive fight. The dude had just fought Derek Whitley at 54, went all 4 rounds. Anuel took him out in the first round. I was like, yo, this kid is for real.
I don't get paid for overtime, so I gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Awesome. Phenomenal.
So, tell the fan, when did you start boxing? How did you get into boxing? I know everyone around the New England area knows your uncle, Coach Louis Rosa, one of the best in the business. So tell us a little bit about, how you got started, what age you got started.
Shit, I started boxing around 12 years old. I was watching boxing. I actually didn't want to be a boxer. Honestly, my whole family boxed. I didn't want to do it. I don't know. I like the baseball. I love the baseball. But then one time I went to Louis King Rosa's one of his amateur fights. He passed and stuff. And I went and I was like, yo, I'm going to try it. My dad didn't even want me to box. He was like, yo, this ain't no game. Like, this ain't baseball. You feel me? I'm like, hey, I'm with it. So I went, did it. Shit, found out I was good at it, and I stuck with it. I love this shit. Man, I love banging. I love everything about it. So I've been boxing since I was 12. Did about 89 amateur fights. I went to PR a year and a half, fought over there 20 times. So had a pretty good amateur background. I beat a couple good people. I beat Irvin twice, Irvin Gonzalez. I beat
that's a big name.
Yeah, he beat me once. We had a 2-on-1 right there. And then I beat Joseph Adorno. I know he signed with Top Rank. I whooped him.
Ooh, big names.
Yeah, what is that all about, man? Wow.
Yeah, so it was good. They're good fighters.
Hey, and I tell you what, I think the smartest thing, because 12 years old is young, but it's old when you figure like every elite athlete starts, whether it be baseball, football, boxing, at like 5, 6 years old. But I want to say, aside from it runs in his blood, because Coach Louis Rosa was a fighter. R.I.P. Big Cousin Louis Jr. I want to say that year and a half that you spent in PR probably was real crucial, because a lot of people don't know this. PR don't get many Olympic gold medalists as amateurs, but they're the only country or island state, however you want to mark them, to have a world champion in every single weight class, from the minimum weight to the maximum weight.
Mm-hmm.
So their styles very early in Puerto Rico are pro styles. So I feel like that helped him adjust to the pros like it was nothing, because over there they don't teach like the amateur point system. Like I think Puerto Rico's highest medalist, if I'm not mistaken, is Daniel Santos, bronze medal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you think about that, now think about some of the greatest fighters of all time. Felix Tito Trinidad, Hector Camacho, Miguel Cotto. Like, those are some of the most elite world. Matter of fact, the youngest world champion ever is Wilfredo Benitez.
Yep.
16 years old.
He was nasty.
Lied on his paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And he's from Puerto Rico. So they teach the way the Cubans have the amateur system like down packed. Like, there's no better ethnicity out there than Cuba when it comes to the amateur system. But that goes with the Puerto Ricans in the pro system.
Highly
They're
agree.
all they all like, I mean, that's just how it's. So would you say, how was that year or year and a half you spent over there in PR?
It was good. Obviously, I missed my trainer, Louis, my uncle, man. I started him from the jump. So going over there, I actually trained. My trainer was his trainer when he was in amateurs and to the pro ranks too. But
that's fire.
It wasn't, but it still wasn't the same for me. I did what I had to do over there for me. I beat the people up and stuff, but it wasn't the same as having Louis in my corner. Like I said, I would never trade him in my corner. He knows me, my mistakes. He knows my good parts about me. So it's better that I came back over here and kept my career going over here.
What is that like? What is that like? They always say like family training, family always ends in like it doesn't work out. But I want to hear firsthand, because I dealt with it with my dad, so I want to hear firsthand from you. How was it? You know, how is it?
I think I agree with it. It's good. I think it's really good. But the thing with Louis is different. The thing between why coaches and sons or coaches and nephews or anybody part of family don't do good with their family sometimes is because they treat them like family. They treat them family in the fights. They care too much. They don't know how to put the care to the side. And this is boxing. It don't matter who it is. Louis treats me the same as everybody else in the gym, man. You know, oh, I pick him. He's my nephew. Got to go soft on him. Shit. If anything, he go harder on me. So I think that's what helped the family bond. He was good with Team Rosa. He was good with my cousin Luis Aneldi Rosa, his brother. King's brother was also a boxer. He was good too. And he's all hard on us. It's all about hard work and dedication. If you got a good teacher with it, no matter his family or not, I think the outcome could be good. You just got to take out the family when we in a fight and stuff. Get that out the window. It is what it is.
It's like Roger and Floyd.
Correct.
I think. Matter of fact, when I do think about it, I think Roger and Floyd, and then Tito and his dad are like the only successful family trainer fighter duo. Because Miguel Cotto and his uncle fell out. Mosley and his dad fell out. Roy and his dad fell out. Floyd and his dad fell out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's crazy to see that, you know, and it's rocking good, you know. That's dope that relationship is working out, you know.
You were telling the story last week how you almost fell out of the ring when your dad popped you in that sparring match. What was it feel like?
Me and my dad actually, you know, it's crazy, you know, and I love him. We would have made a great team as well, but we had our little gym wars. I'm hard-headed. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my weaknesses. I'm hard-headed. So me and him used to go at it in the gym sometimes, but we would have definitely.
You're talking like it's over. Man, we do this every week.
Hey, Mike's been trying to get me out of retirement for like 6-7 podcasts now.
Listen, we're gonna keep rolling. Persistence. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I think you guys would have been good. When you get going, you will be good because we're doing this.
Yeah.
But not.
So you were 12. You're young. How old are you now?
25. Just turned 25 last month.
So you, besides Felix, are probably the youngest in the gym then.
As a pro, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you grew up.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I assume you grew up with. So you grew up watching your cousin. You grew up watching Jeffrey, probably. Oscar Yeah, Torres.
Yeah. Torres, actually, I started boxing first than him. Jeffrey Torres is like 2 months younger than me.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
thought he was older. That's
Torres,
crazy.
my stepbrother. That's why he started boxing because
Oh, that's your stepbrother?
correct. Yeah. So then when I went to PR, I met him. He started boxing, and when he came over here with us, and then that's when he started boxing and stuff like that.
That's
He was a
fire.
beast last week.
That's fire.
In
Um,
Framingham.
So Oscar, obviously, so for what, you got Elvis in your gym, you got Oscar in there, you got your cousin was there, Felix was there. How was that growing up around all that talent?
Shit, it was good. Like, we all learned from each other. For me, a lot of wars in the gym, but hey, it helped us all. We all nasty. Feel me? We also when I first started boxing, Elvin was with us. Elvin Ayala was with us.
Oh, I remember Elvin. Yep. Edwin Soto.
Oh, we had that. Yeah, we had Edwin Soto. We had Elvin Ayala. So yeah, we have a lot of pros, a lot of good people. We all nice. We all nasty. But me just comes from the work. We iron sharpens iron. So we just there putting in work every day.
You look a lot thinner than when I last seen you. What you at right now?
I'm at 54 right now.
Oh, you're at 54 right now. So he's at, what's crazy is the weight that he fought at his last fight. That's what he's walking around at yet.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm not going back up there again. I'm straight. I'm good.
So your amateur career, you mentioned Irvin, you mentioned Joseph Adorno. What else are some big names that you fought in the amateurs?
I went to the Olympic trials. I fought a couple people there. They robbed me in one of the fights with no headgear. That's what I think what helped me in the pros too. We fought with no headgear in the Olympic trials and stuff. So then that just helped me up to go pro after that. I fought Sherrod Collier. I fought him. I thought I won. They didn't give it to him, but hey, I can't argue about that. Anybody at 140, 35, 30, 32 obviously as an amateur was good. The only guy I ever met up with was Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz was always way higher than me. That's the only big name I think I've never fought in the amateurs. I never fought Jermaine in the amateurs, but everybody else I fought. Did you ever
get to fight William?
William who?
Foster?
No, he was from my gym. I never fought him. Nah.
Well, I'm just saying, because sometimes in the amateurs that happens. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't even do that. Like I said, me and Jeffrey had that same problem too. Like, we'll try to go the same weight, and we'll just switch weight divisions. I don't even agree with them fighting us gym niggas fighting each other. Remember, we shouldn't.
Actually, a lot of people don't even know Andre Ward did that in the Olympics. He moved up to a weight class that wasn't even his. He moved up to the 170 something, 178, because at 165 was his best friend. So he got a gold medal at the next weight class up.
Yeah, I would.
You ever get to fight any of them nasty Rhode Island boys? Like, I know Elijah and his brother used to be around that weight.
I fought Big Soto, right?
Yeah.
I whooped him in I went to Rhode Island and whooped him 3 rounds. No lie, not being cocky. Well, I'm cocky. I'm gonna say it. I whooped him, and they gave him that.
The raw,
the video, everything. That was one of the easiest amateur fights I've had ever, because he's not good at all. I don't think he's good at all. He can punch a little bit, but he's just basic. I whooped Denzel Whitley. Whooped him. He was light in the gloves.
Oh boy.
So if that name Elijah ever came around in the pros, that's something that you would take right away.
Him, Denzel, Orta. I beat Orta too. He was Joshua Orta. I beat him too.
He went down though. He went to 26.
Yeah, as he should. Joshua Orta. I'm not cool with other people I fight. I'm not really cool with that. But Joshua Orta's pretty cool. I fuck with him too. I fought Carlos Marrero. I beat him 5 times. So anybody my weight class, I beat him. Like I said.
What about the Sherrod fight? I know you feel like you won the amateurs. Would that be a fight that, like, in the future, couple more fights, whatever interests you? as a
Oh,
pro?
of course. Anybody in Connecticut or anybody that I fought with in the amateurs, I'll fight them right now. No argument about it. I'll take. It don't matter as long as it's around my weight and they still there. Like I said, I really got my eyes on Denzel Whitley. I know he's 9-0. Career's going good. I will stop him. He don't even want that work. He He can send a contract to you. If he want to talk to you about it, I'll whoop him. That double impact, Denzel, that's nothing. He's light.
He's 147 though, bro. You 35.
I'll go up to 47 and whoop him. That's light. That's nothing. That's nothing.
This is awesome.
Valentine can get it too. Michael Valentine was gonna fight twice and that fell off. Michael Valentine, he get that work too.
Oh shit, bling bling too. All right, so I mean, he did. Hey, Mike, he did my job for me. It's like midway through the show. I like to call it messy midway. So I ask you two questions. Right now, locally, if there was one name that you would fight right now as a pro locally, who would be that name? And then right now at the national level, like the bigger names, who's the one guy that you would want to fight right now? So we'll start off locally since you're already calling guy. Who would, like, tomorrow, like if the fight was like you would want that person locally?
Locally, like who locally? Like I've fought everybody.
Like locally is like all the New England guys. You just named a bunch.
It don't even matter. Any of them. I feel like me find somebody else from another state will be harder than finding them. They light. Feel me? It's just they easy. It's just
so that's like 9 guys he just named.
Them niggas is light. I'm telling you. I've won states every time I went to Golden Girls. I'm like, I won Golden Girls 5 times. I've been to regionals, beat everybody there.
You don't think the amateurs is a little bit different than the pros though?
Oh, it's way different, but it's worse for them because I got littler gloves and no headgear, so it's just worse for them. If I whoop you with a headgear and 12-ounce gloves, imagine I'm doing with 8 with no headgear. It's gonna be bad.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man. I love it.
So, all right. So, who at like a TV level would you want to smoke with?
TV level? On a TV bout, to make it a good fight, I'll take Urban Gonzalez. Urban is not a bad fighter. All respect to him. He's good. I beat him twice. He beat me 1 time. We always go at it. That's a very entertaining fight. And if I'm going for a TV bout locally, I'll go with Urban. He's a good fighter too. So I like.
Okay, so what about a TV bout nationally? So nationally would be like the Ryan Garcias, the Devin Haney's, the
what? Man, I've been wanting to. I hope I get a call from Ryan Garcia to whoop him. He's a clown. We all know he wasn't knocking nobody out before he was on Canelo's team. He got on Canelo's team, and he's stocky and knocking people out. To me personally, garbage. He's not the Flash. He's none of that. He's just.
I said it. There was one fight. Now, granted, I know you guys are young and scientifically, you're not gonna get your grown man body till you're like 25, 26, 27. But I said this happened a little bit too quick. Before he was with like Canelo's team and whatever, he's the skinny, tall, long kid. Right. Then all of a sudden, I think it was either the Luke Campbell fight or the fight right before Luke Campbell. I'm pretty sure it was the Luke Campbell fight. But he looked stocky. He looked jacked. And I said, oh, he's on the Canelo meat.
He's juicing.
That whole campus. Valdez got popped.
Oh, yeah.
Canelo got popped. Like, and they're slick about it. The thing I don't like about boxing, man, is that if you're a moneymaker, the way they just let shit slide. Like how Floyd about to go to jail, like officially found guilty, but they let him fight first.
Yep.
They let him fight first, and then they let him go to jail. Like, that's boxing. Boxing is weird and shady. Like, how Canelo gets a suspension, right, for testing positive, but his suspension is over just in time for him to get a rematch against Triple G.
Correct. It's just if you got the money, you can do whatever you want. Like I said, it is. Boxing's like that.
That shit's clown. That shit is so clown.
So, great.
I assume one of the first big fighters that you saw growing up that you probably looked up to was your cousin. How was it watching him and the amateurs and the pros? Like,
Oh shit, it was a privilege to watch him. He was a little beast, man. I know he fought at 122, but if you think I'm a monster, he's 10 times more than a monster what I was. He was unstoppable. He was a beast. I learned a lot from him when he's getting ready for his pro fights. I used to be his sparring partner. Nobody can match him. He was a beast, and for me, he passed way too early, but he was a monster. I learned a lot from him. Like I said, every time I got out of sparring, I would ask him, what I do wrong, this and that. When I sparred him, stuff like that, he helped me a lot to what I am today. And I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, every outfit I got for my fight, everything is Kill King lives. He's gonna keep living towards me, and every time I get successful, it's gonna be because of him, and that's what it is.
So do you think with having him in the camp is what geared you to where you are right now?
Oh yeah. Without his advice and all that, he told me about the mistakes I do, why he would catch me with this and that. It helped me a lot. Like him,
that kid was a beast. Yo, you know what? Props to that whole Rosa team, because as far as I know too, he was never signed. So like they brought him all the way up to a Showtime fight on a big promotion card without a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Correct.
that's unheard of.
Wow.
You know, that kid was that good.
He was very good.
You know what's crazy too is like that whole pass tragic caught me by surprise. But so Edwin Soto had just came out of retirement, and you guys would come to the first two shows. So our first two shows at the Palladium, you guys were there. Well, like the team there, the Rosa team was there and stuff. Elvis fought on my second show. He turned pro on my second show. On my third show, Elvis fought and Edwin Soto fought, and Louis was there. Louis Jr. was there, and we were talking and stuff. And this was like side ring conversation and stuff. And he had said that he would love to be, because we already had signed a 2-fight contract with the DCU Center. So my third and fourth show was gonna be at the DCU Center, regardless of what happens on the third show. So he was like talking about like, yeah, I would love to come here and fight. You know, he didn't have a promoter, so he could say that, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I would love to have you. I'd make you main event, and then, you know, like literally months. So that show was in October, and I believe he passed away in like January, right?
Mm-hmm. January 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, October, so November, December, January, literally 3 months later.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my, like awful.
Yeah.
So what's your daily, like, let us know on a personal level outside of boxing. We know you train, we know you're a fighter. What's your daily living like now?
They living like, well, hey, get up, go to work, man. I got shit. I'm a solar installer. You know, for me, all I do is go to work, go to the gym, come back home. That's all I really do. For me.
So manual labor.
Yeah, construction work. I'm on roofs all day, heights, all that all day, and then after that, just get to the gym.
In the wintertime too?
Oh yeah, it's bad. Freeze.
Yeah.
You don't get used to it, but hey, it is what it is. You gotta do it.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had your pick, right? Let's say this April when you're on our next show, who's somebody that you would like, if you had it your way, that you would be like, yo, come fight me on this April show?
Right now, that'll benefit me and make me look real good. I want Denzel Willie. He's 9-0, 9 knockouts. Me stopping him will cut that all that gas and they got on him. And I don't know if you've seen his last fight. I just went to the last show they went, because obviously Jeffrey Torres and
Yeah.
Well, he had a bum in there and he didn't even do good. So with me, it's not gonna happen. He will never take the fight. I already know, unless he dumb.
That don't make you nervous with, like, so in the amateurs you weigh in the day that you fight. In the pros, you weigh in at a certain weight, but the next day in the ring you're at a higher weight. That don't make you nervous taking a fight at 47, knowing that in the ring he might be 55, 60.
No. Nah, like I said, my weight's 135. That's my weight. Like I said, that's one of the best out of the best where I look at. That's not, but I won't be nervous because he's too slow. He won't be able to hit me. He's just a basic fighter, tries to come forward. And if I'm not there to get hit, then what he hitting? He's gonna be doing shadow in there basically, because he's not gonna be hitting me like that. So even with the weighing on, he won't be able to do nothing. Like I said.
What was going through your mind on your comeback fight?
Nothing. Nothing was really going on. I was just happy to be back. Like I said in the interview when I was at the weigh-in, I really thought I wasn't gonna do this again. Like for me, I already had left. I didn't have no hunger for the game no more. Like I really stopped. That's how I got so heavy at that point. And then you ended up giving the call, and then I just came right back. Like I wasn't nervous when I do this. Like I want to get in there. That's the point of this. So I just wanted to. For me, the only reason I got a little upset was I ain't stopped the guy when I really thought.
Did you feel like with it being your comeback fight that maybe, I don't know, did nerves get you tired? Or did just the ring rust get you tired? Or did you feel like you not fought your fight because you were just so excited to be back? Like, what did you do? Like, what was different about the comeback fight than the other fights?
I listened way less to my corner than in the other couple fights I had. Because I guess I was so back into it. I was listening to the crowd. I'm trying to make it hang out so they could enjoy the thing. And I really wasn't listening to the instructions because I probably would have listened to the instructions. He was about to go like in the third round, and I was listening to.
Actually, earlier it looked like there was a few times earlier that I was like, "Oh, this is about to be quick."
Mm-hmm.
So basically, your uncle was saying one thing and it was going like this, and when out the other.
I was not right when the fight was done. I went to the corner. I said, "Yo, I apologize. This wasn't a good performance, and my bad for not listening ASAP." I already knew that was what it is. Actually, funny part about this is that guy, Stacey Anderson, my last opponent, he went up like a week later, saw the fight on YouTube and wanted to post it and put my name in it, saying that should have been his first win, that he beat me, this and that, doing a whole being sad about it. Like I said, all the people that was in the balcony commented like, "Nate, you got beat up, man. What is you talking about?" Like, but hey, he had his own opinion. He's waiting to see. He wasn't beating me. He probably go beat somebody else. He ain't beat
I saw that on Facebook that he was like, "Yeah, this should have been my first win."
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
This guy's.
I thought he was toast. I thought you were never gonna drop him. It was.
I mean, maybe because I don't know. He landed a couple shots and he didn't get knocked out. But
he was happy with stuff. I guess if you're happy about losing, that's on you, man.
I don't know, but he said some shit at the I heard a lot of crazy stuff in my lifetime, but at the weigh-in, I'll never forget that he said this because I went back to my boys after the weigh-in and I was like, "Yo, what does that even mean?" Like I ain't never heard nobody. He was like, "I'll jump off the bike on you and I'll make you walk all the way home."
Yeah, that's what he said.
I was like, so I heard that and I looked at him like, "Yo, you can see my face." I got the video. You can see my face. I'm smiling because I'm just trying to keep everything cool. But I'm looking at him and I'm like, it's like registering like slowly through my head. And I'm trying to figure out like, what does that even mean? Like, I went back to my boys later on that day and I was like, "Yo, is that an old school like term? Is that like what old heads used to say? Like I never heard nobody say like, what does that even mean?" He's like, "I'll jump off the bike on you. I'll make you walk all the way home."
That gotta be Mexico stuff they got over there. They got desert or something and they talking crazy. I don't know what he was talking about.
I was like, yo. Then he was like, "Ain't no man ever talked to me this way." I was over here like, I am.
I'm doing and like I said, when
I'm over here trying to keep him cool because he looked like he about to black out and go crazy at the way, and I'm trying to keep him cool. I was like, I'm different. I'm like, "Ah, shit, this is about to really pop off right here."
Hey, I ain't gonna be cool with nobody I fight. Like I said, I'm there to talk shit and back it up. So if they want to get crazy at the win, we can get crazy. In a fight, you better do something too. Like I said, I'm not there to be with friends.
You're not cool with anyone that you've ever fought. You don't ever have like all right, this was a good fight. We hug it out. We cool after. Like you're not cool with nobody you fought.
Bros, I barely give that to the other corner. I don't even like doing that. Like
nah, I'm talking about in the amateur or just period sparring, amateurs, whatever.
In the pro so far, I don't like none of them. I don't really care. If they don't give me dab, I don't, like I said, you just try to hurt me in like 4 rounds in. Like, I'm gonna be cool with you. Like, but if you show me some love, mutual respect, I'll show you that. And the amateurs, I'm cool with oh, I forgot. I did fight Bordeaux in the amateurs too. I beat him. And he's pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. I hit him from time to time. Marrero's pretty cool with me. And Josh Orchard's pretty good. Those are the three I can say that I'm pretty cool with as an amateur and stuff like that. I can say that, but yeah, at the end of the day, we most likely gonna meet up one day and I have to beat them too. Like that's the end of the day, that's the reality picture about it. But other than that, everybody else, I don't like them. That is what it is. I don't like them.
I love that, dude. I'm telling you, man.
Oh,
There's
some guys that they're already so much heavier than you that by the time you even get up to those weights, they're gonna be even higher.
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is.
I think the only possible guys that I could see like somewhere down the line when you're a pro, I could see maybe Bling Bling because I think he's at 30, 35 now. He's not at 26 anymore. So maybe Bling Bling. Who?
Omar Bordeaux. He's there.
Nah, Omar's at 40, 47 already.
Oh, he don't fight 35?
Nah, Omar's never fought 35. Matter of fact, out of
7, I think in the amateurs.
He what?
I think I did fight him at 47 in the amateurs. I think I did do that. Yeah, it wasn't even 35.
I think out of all his fights, only one was at 40. All of them were at 47.
Yeah.
So I don't think Omar either. Plus, with the amount of fights that like Omar has,
yeah.
By the time you get that many fights, he's probably already gonna he's already actually fought on TV before on Nessun.
Yeah. I seen
so
it.
by then I think it's just that becomes it would be like a win-win situation for you because if you win, obviously it looks good because of his record. If you lose, it still looks good for you because you don't have as many fights for him. For him, I think it becomes a lose-lose situation because he has this many fights. So at this point, his risks are he's gonna want to be at Gary Russell.
Yeah.
Like those guys, it's almost like risk versus reward. I could risk, having a tough fight with this guy and getting no money or nothing out of it. Or I could risk having a tough fight for this guy. Matter of fact, I found out that this dude Adorno missed weight on purpose his last fight for that reason. He was supposed to fight an undefeated Cuban dude, missed weight, and then I guess he's getting a big bag against this guy. I forgot his name. He's another undefeated guy, but he's getting a big bag for it, So it becomes risk versus reward.
Yeah.
And I told Jermaine too, I think that's what hurt him is that Adorno fight because you were like a hidden gem up until then. Mm-hmm. Now people know who you are, so they're like, damn, if I fight this dude, it's not like fighting Rolly.
Mm-hmm.
Losing to Rolly, everyone knows who Rolly is. Rolly's about to fight Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
You lose to Jermaine, you're not gonna get as much money as you would as if you lose to Rolly.
Right.
So a lot of those guys.
It's gonna shut down in a second. I'm still on the bootleg Zoom.
What happened?